Hello, brothers and sisters. How the hell are you today? Me? I'm in a mood. you know, a few months ago, I was got into watching this one guy. Um, and I got to noticing that everything that he was talking about, he had no idea about what he was talking about. And then he made this one video, I'm not trying to pick a fight. Yeah, I am. I'm trying to pick a fight. I don't care. Let's do it. So, anyway, this dude's video was entitled Toughness, or some sort of crap like that. He had his real nice outdoor shirt and his nice outdoor pants, cost him a fortune. Yeah, real fancy clothes. Um, he was in his cabin that he said that he built himself. It was just looked brand new, recently built. And he was talking about things that, you could just, if you really paid attention, you could just tell that he didn't know what he was talking about. And then he brought on a guest that, and they were talking about being a man and all this. His guest was a high school football coach. Okay. Nothing against high school football coaches. Nothing against anybody. But how does a high school football coach know anything about being a man when he deals with children all day long? It just didn't make no sense. Really, what didn't make no sense is he's a high school football coach. He plays a game. He teaches boys to play a game. Life is no game. Okay? All right, so, I don't know, I watched about 2 minutes of it and I clicked off of it and unsubscribed from this guy's channel, and I'm like, dude, these people don't know what they're talking about. Why would I want to listen to them? And see, I don't understand why all of y'all are listening to these people when they don't have a clue. All right, so I'm going to tell you what being tough is. I'm going to tell you about a few people I knew. Okay. First person taught me a lot in life. He was a big part of my life. His name was Robert. Okay. Now, I done something pretty bad when I was a teenager, and Robert got me alone and told me that he would beat the shit out of me. He would break my neck if I ever done something like that again. Okay. Well, my ignorant ass, I told him that I wasn't afraid of him. And it surprised him. He wasn't expecting that out of me. And I wasn't. Never been afraid of nothing like that. And I'll tell you why later. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about Robert. Robert, years and years ago, he had been to prison, spent time in prison. So that don't really. A lot of people spend time in prison. That don't make no big of a difference. The thing about it is that one time he got in an argument in his front yard with somebody. He had a shotgun in his hand, and he was fixing to get in a fight with these people. Okay. So he threw the shotgun up on the front porch. When he slung the shotgun up on the front porch, it went off and shot him in the leg and blew his back of his leg off. For real. Blew the back of his leg off. Well, a few years later, he was cleaning a gun and he shot himself in the stomach. And he lived. Robin was probably one of the toughest people I knew. I've known quite a few tough people. You know, of course, he had an older brother that nobody would mess with. His older brother was quiet, and he was strong, and he knew how to fight. But Robin particularly mistreated his body real bad throughout life. He got so bad, you know, in life that he become a real bad alcoholic and drug addict. And I've talked about alcohol and drug and you know, doing drugs and stuff like that before. Some about how it's affected my life. Anyway, I had a lot of respect for Robin because he was so tough. Well, the thing about it is that if you continuously do damage to your body, eventually you're going to break your body so bad that it's going to be so painful that you're just not going to deal with things. Robin ended up killing himself. He blew his brains out several years ago. When that happened, it really, I lost a lot of respect for Robin, you know. But then again, I started understanding why he done that, because he was in so much pain, he just couldn't handle it no more, you know. So I really hate that he done that to himself, but I can understand why he did now. I'm going to tell you about this story. When my son was born, we brought him home from the hospital. My grandpa Thompson was dying of cancer. The day that we brought him home, we carried him over there to my grandpa's place, grandma and grandpa's place. Grandpa had been on his deathbed, hadn't got out of bed for almost a week. When we brought my son over there, my grandpa got out of his bed and come in the living room and wanted to hold my son. See, I named my son after my grandfather. Yeah, I got a lot of family members, and nobody gave my grandfather that kind of honor, because my grandfather was a mean man. Well, he was tough. Toughest man I ever seen. And you want to know the toughest man I ever seen? That was my grandpa. He was tough. He was mean. His family thought he was an asshole. He wasn't no asshole. He just had a real hard life, and life made him the what Life made him the way he was. Turned him into an asshole. But he had love in his heart. I know that. Anyway, Grandpa being on his deathbed for about a week, and he got up, he went in there, and he wanted to hold my son, and he did it. That was probably the strongest thing, toughest thing I ever seen anybody do. And that was real strength. Grandpa died a few days later. So I'm going to tell you my experience about pain and what makes you tough. I got run over. I got burnt by hot grease when I was 1 year and 2 months old. Scar. I think I've done showed it to you in a video. I got run over by a car when I was 8 years old. I talked about that in the video. I've been stabbed. I've had the hell beat out of me by several people. I've been hit in the face with a baseball bat. I fell off of hundreds of roofs. See, none of that really matters. It's just scars. It turns you tough, makes you tough. Life does, living that way. You know, I used to be afraid of pain. You know, after so many years, whenever I was, it got to where I got tired of hurting. You know, but it never stopped. Life hasn't ended. I'm still here. You know, I've tried that. The other day, somebody threatened to shoot me. I said, "Go ahead, buddy. I've done tried that twice. It didn't work then. I don't think you're going to be able to succeed. Anyway, if you do, I welcome it." Pain is a part of life. It's going to be. I think what hurts more than physical pain, at least as far as I'm concerned, it's more of the things that people do and say. You know, and then you know, people want to say things against you and treat you like crap, and then whenever you finally stand up and say, "Hey," you know, and you say, "Hey, I've had enough," and you become an asshole, and you know, you threaten to hurt people, you become the bad guy. You know, and the pain in life will cause you to do that. Pain in life will cause you to hurt other people. Maybe subconsciously it's well, I'm hurting. Why shouldn't other people hurt also? You know, so it just It's just a revolving thing. It just continues. You know, it's like whenever you get your feelings hurt, you want to hurt the person that hurts your feelings. You know, or maybe you want to hurt somebody else's feelings because your feelings are hurt. You know, the thing about it is that we let physical pain cause mental problems with us. You know, you can't believe how many people I hear saying, "Oh, this hurts," and "Oh, that hurts," and that pain, and you know, it turns them into hateful people, assholes, and you know, I try not to let my physical pain do that. You know, and you know, I try to deal with it. But you know, so I've often wondered what it meant to be a man. You know, and I've heard this thing. Well, to be a man, you got to take care of your family. That's what being a man's all about. Well, I know a lot of men that didn't have families. All right. Um, a real man's a good father. Well, no, that's a good father. That's being a good dad. Take care of his family. That's a good father. That's a good husband. All that stuff. Something that I don't know much about. I never was a good father. Whether you consider me a man, well, I just really don't care. You know, this is my opinion about what being a man is. So, being a real man is dealing with your pain. Because pain is a part of life. But dealing with that pain without causing more pain towards others. You know, recently I heard a story about a man that this man was in a lot of pain. A lot of physical pain, a lot of mental issues, you know, psychological issues, I guess you would say, things that happened to him in his life that caused him a lot of pain. This man, he really loved animals. He loved dogs. He loved to coon hunt. Well, he got mad one day because one of his coon dogs was barking. And he went out there and he beat that coon dog until he broke its leg. And I think they had to end up amputating the leg off the dog. You know, he was in pain, and he caused pain onto a creature that could not defend itself. To me, that's not being a man. Yeah, sometimes you got to discipline things. You got to discipline an animal if it does wrong, but you don't have to break it. nothing deserves to be broke like that. You know, and I admit I've mistreated some animals in my lifetime. And I'm very, very angry with myself because of it. But I've never once done that, what that man done. You know, I've never once wanted to hurt anything weaker than me like that. Never. Yeah, I've whooped a lot of people, and I've got whooped by a lot of people. But I ain't never done nothing like that. Anyway. Being a man is, to me, is being the best human you can be. If you want to consider being a good father, being a man, that's fine. I wasn't, so I can't say that I can't say that I can agree with that one. That's being a good father. I know some good fathers. But you got to be a good person. And a good person means you got to take that pain, turn that pain into it. Your strength. Don't use that to hurt somebody else or hurt anything else. Use it to help others. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that for now. I'm sure I got a lot more to talk about. So y'all stay tuned. Good day.